Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. My name is Graham and welcome to my show. And this video was sent to me and it was just, Graham, go and react to the video. So guess what? I'm here. This A-frame Airbnb makes $500,000 a year, ... Here's how, by Shelby Church. So as usual, let's go ahead and watch the video. I'll give you my own thoughts as a real estate agent, real estate investor, landlord, real estate connoisseur, Zillow person who browses Zillow all the time. Let's go ahead and take a look at the video. Right after, of course, you subscribe, you hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and now let's begin.
You guys know I love Airbnb, and lately I've seen a lot of people hating on it. And while it's true there are some pretty bad ones out there, there are also hosts creating amazing experiences you would just never get at a hotel. So on this series, Checked In, we're checking into some of the best Airbnbs and learning from the hosts that have created them.
I love this. Okay, in all fairness, how does this video, 90,000 views, this should have way more views. I don't think it's fair that, I get the views on this even though I'm reacting to it, but it would mean a lot to me too if you go and check out Shelby's video and give her a review on this and help her YouTube algorithm as well. It seems like a very interesting concept. So if you guys enjoy these videos, seriously, go and support Shelby as well.
This is Isaac French, an accountant turned Airbnb host. Him and his wife Helen have created what's called the Live Oak Lake, a 5-acre property with 7 A-frame cabins. But before we really get into it, I've got to thank our sponsor, Avail, for making this series possible. You see, Waco is actually located about an hour and 40 minutes outside of Austin. So I really needed a rental car to get over there and to get around the city once I was there.
It's actually a great sponsorship. It flowed seamlessly. See, most sponsorships are so abrupt, it'll be in the middle of a sentence and be like, but wait, we gotta talk about the sponsor. And listen, I'm sometimes guilty of that too, but this was so naturally integrated.
Avail also allows you to add a second driver for free, which most car rental companies charge more for. So that's really nice for road tripping like we were, and you just need a break from driving.
Well, that's really interesting. I like that. That's a good concept. I bet the rental car industry could be improved. Maybe they take some of the burden off of people on Turo. Seems legit.
This is a really unique short-term rental because it's not just one rental, it's actually 7 rentals. But when Isaac found this piece of property, it looked nothing like this.
This is a genius thing. I gotta say, if I decide to go back into real estate, I don't want to say full-time, full-time, in the sense I'm not making videos anymore. I would do something like this. I think these small little communities have so much potential. I did a stay in one of those air camper van sort of deals in Yosemite, and it was a community of 100 little campers. I loved it. It was so cool. And I think there's so much more potential for places like this.
The main feature that I just fell in love with was the live oak trees. They're 200-300-year-old trees and just beautiful, beautiful trees. So I felt like it had a ton of potential.
Yeah, and how much did it cost?
The land was $138,000 for 5.1 acres.
Wow, that's very interesting. 138, that's not bad. It's not bad. But you know what? It's the development cost. It's going to be a lot. Let's see.
Kind of a park feel and plant tons of trees and design a commons area by the water, and so just all the landscaping was a blast. The pond was about half this size, and it was full of trees in the water that were dying. So we cleared those trees out, and then we dug out this whole end of the pond and built up the spillway so that the whole water level would rise.
How does this guy learn how to do this? Is this guy just, because it said he was an accountant?
An accountant turned Airbnb host.
How is he figuring all this stuff out? Does he have a good contractor, or is he just naturally gifted for this? Jeez.
If you use the right kind of soil, which is clay, then it holds the water so it won't leak.
So you kind of just do the clay, add water.
That is gorgeous. I really like just everything about this place. He's so smart.
And then we have this stunning galley kitchen. The kitchen has a really minimal and modern design, and what I love is that they used oak wood, which really just goes on the theme of the Live Oak Lake.
I wish I could critique this and say one bad thing about it. I can't. It's perfect.
This being an A-frame, it's not a huge bedroom. A lot of times A-frames don't have massive bedrooms, but that is perfectly fine for an Airbnb.
You know what, the one thing, okay. Now, here we go. Now I'm going to critique it. I know with the A-frame houses, you have the living space there in the front. And then that overlooks with the view. The bedroom does not have a view. That's my biggest critique, but you know what? Maybe the other bedroom is gonna be the loft up above and like that gets the view. I hope that's the case.
My wife and I did all the interior design, and that was a really fun process. Just like spending a lot of time online, but going through furnishing, like furniture art from Etsy.
Yeah, this guy's gifted. This is fantastic. So well done.
One thing I think is kind of interesting is there's no TV in here. This place is extremely booked out, so maybe proof that Airbnbs don't necessarily need TVs.
They don't. To be honest with you, everyone just watches stuff on their laptop now anyway, their phone. That's all you need. Even for us when we went to Yosemite, I mean, obviously no TVs there. I don't know if that's an obvious thing. But you know what? At night, we decided to watch an episode of something and computer, just fine.
The lofted bedroom actually feels really spacious. They were able to fit a queen bed up here.
See, here's the bedroom. Okay, so the bedroom overlooks everything. This is fine.
And then outside the A-frame, they just installed a brand new hot tub overlooking the pond.
Oh, wow, that is so nice. They really thought of everything. You could tell this is someone who's poured their heart and soul into this. I want to hear more about how much all of this costs. My guess is probably about $1 million, give or take, maybe 1.2 to build all of this out, and probably a year or two of work to do this.
You can also grab one of the kayaks and take it out on the pond. So it's really cool that you have some amenities like this kayak. It's honestly so relaxing out here.
I'd be so paranoid that thing just tips over and then I just get covered with algae, eaten by fish. Wouldn't be pretty.
So inside and out, clearly this property is amazing. But I was dying to know, how much did this all cost?
All right, so my guess is 1.3. That's my guess. 2 years, 1.3.
I was originally estimating 1.6 million total all in. It ended up costing us like 2.1 million.
Oh, I am off. I am off. But you know what? Maybe this guy was building throughout COVID, you know, and maybe the costs were up 2.1 million. So he's in it maybe 2.4 with like, you know, extra closing costs and whatnot.
You've done a lot of improvements to the land. What was the cost like for some of those?
So I think we put about 200,000 in on 5 acres between expanding the pond, clearing trees, hiring an arborist to trim up all the good trees that we had.
Oh, I see. So that's not even including this. So 2.1 to build all of those A-frames and then also land improvements. Okay, so 2.3, 2.4. So this guy could be in like 2.7 with everything.
We've only been open for 6 months now, so we're only 18 months after we started the project, and we've fully refinanced, closed on that loan, and pulled out all of our cash plus 400,000 because the appraisal came in so much higher once we had the project up and running.
Yeah, plus he benefited from real estate values just climbing substantially in this time. Every day he takes to build, the property values are going up.
On average, the cabins get between $250 to $500 per night and even more for holidays.
Wow, that is incredible.
2 weeks after we launched, we got suspended for no reason. For like 4 days, the whole property was just offline. So I was kind of freaking out.
So Isaac created his own booking platform where guests can book directly and started promoting it on Instagram.
You can make like 10 to 15% more profit because you're not paying the host fees and pass like 5% savings to the guest.
Yeah.
And you don't have a data wall with the customer. Like you actually can have their email and their phone number.
Wow, that's something I never thought about, is because who collects that data? Airbnb does, but if he's able to go around that and he owns the data, he sees who's going there, he could retarget those people, he could send them promotional offers, maybe they get a discount if they come back again. So many options of that. I never thought. Someone should partner with this guy. Someone just give him money, have him go and do this again. Just replicate, just copy and paste what this is. This is so cool.
Isaac has also found a couple of other revenue sources within his Airbnb. They now charge a pet fee, you can pay for an early check-in, and you can also buy firewood pellets. You have some add-on purchases.
Yeah, you know what? If he has like food and stuff like that, you could charge as well, like soft drinks and just little stuff like that, I think would do so well.
Yeah, I think we're gonna collect in total between all 3 of those fees, like an additional $50,000 this year.
That's incredible. There's so many different ways to monetize on this.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you can see the next episode of Checked In.
Wow, I love it. There's so much potential in this, and it gives me the itch to do one of these myself one day. It takes a lot of work. It's not easy. I think this is a full-time job almost. But overall, it's a fantastic concept. I think this is going to skyrocket in popularity. These little communities like this, I love it. And again, Shelby's video will be the first link in the description, so if you want to go support her as well, please do that. So with that said, thank you so much, and until next time.